into the hole. Good morning, guys. Welcome to SJU. Roth Cornett is still on assignment in Berlin, so I'm filling in for her as your 17th favorite screen junkie. I'm Joe Starr.
What are you
She is a spy.
That's what I said yesterday. She's an assassin by day.
Yeah.
Or night. Or whatever it is in Berlin
A
right
DJ
now.
spy.
DJ spy?
Yeah. A nihilist DJ spy.
I like it. That's where she gets the hair from.
Yep.
There you go.
Guys, speaking of nihilist DJ spies, Dan Murrell is joining us this morning, as is Spencer Gilbert, and our favorite nihilist DJ spy who's about to lay down some sick beats, Danielle Radford.
I only lay down the sickest of beats.
The illest, even.
That's who I am. I am Ill Beats Radford. That's what they call me.
DJ Ill Beats, guys! A lot of really incredible stories for you today, and I promised Billy that I would keep the show over 20 minutes, so we're gonna deep dive into them as hard as we can. Guys, Spike Lee directing a Spider-Man spinoff, and by Spider-Man spinoff, we mean a mid-90s character you've never heard of named Nightwatch. He's eyeing Nightwatch as a directing vehicle. The Wrap confirmed this. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's start with this.
He's directing Spawn?
It's clearly, it looks just like Night Thrasher.
Come on, guys.
Remember Night Thrasher?
Yeah.
You got the sticks?
with the skateboard and the coolness. Yeah, Night Thrasher. You guys know him. So Spawn Watch kind of came out in the mid-90s. He started out in Spider-Man's comics. He started out in, I think he showed up in Morbius the Living Vampire and Silver Sable. He was in the big Maximum Carnage crossover of the 90s, which spun off. Oh, those were the days. Yeah. Spun off into my favorite Super Nintendo video game, Maximum Carnage. I had the red cartridge. Thank you very much.
It's worth a lot of money.
One of those.
Oh yeah, had to have it. It is by far a more superior game than Home Improvement, the video game. Suck it, Billy.
Sorry, Billy.
And those terrible X-Men games where you're like at the carnival, the Spider-Man X-Men crossover game.
Oh, Spider-Man and the X-Men it was impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible.
It was impossible, but it was really fun.
Game was a lie.
Was it? No.
Yeah.
It made me so mad. And then every time someone got hit, they just went, oh.
I know. It was great.
Apocalypse punches you in the face and you go, oh.
The only good side-scrolling comic beat-em-up is, what's the one, the X-Men arcade game.
Yeah.
And the Avengers Genesis game is pretty great.
America still needs your help!
Yes,
The X-Men Genesis games were really good.
Yeah.
They were pretty great.
Wait, no, you hated the X-Men. You know what?
hated them?
I don't want to talk about Marvel Spawn. We're doing this.
Any game that requires you to reset your console at the end of it, or you lose all your progress. Not a great
What?
game. The X-Men Genesis game has a level where you're stuck, and it says like you have to hit the reset button. And what they mean is you have to hit the reset button on your Sega and hope that you didn't hit it long enough to lose the entire game that you played.
That's awesome.
Well, that sounds
that's like
very
taking
meta.
you out of like the fourth wall, man.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah, they love that. It's
4D.
Deadpool-y.
Metal Gear Solid, and they make you like put your controller in the other socket to beat the boss and stuff like that.
Yeah, and
Like,
he starts
that's
reading your
crazy.
memory card,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, I see you like Final Fantasy VII, nerd." That's what happens in Metal Gear Solid.
What were we talking about?
Spike Lee.
Spawn.
Spike Lee.
Okay, so Spike Lee's potential involvement is in the very early stages, as is most things we talk about on this morning show. But Nightwatch centers on African American scientist Dr. Kevin Trench, a man who witnesses a costume man die battling some terrorists. He unmasks the body, and it's an older version of himself.
What?
It's like Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, exactly.
In the cave.
Yeah. He has a full-on Empire Strikes Back cave moment. He realizes that the older version of himself ripped off Spawn, and he's real big on copyright law, so he goes and lives on a desert for a while. It was a whole weird 90s comic. So this is going to join Venom, Silver and Black, which is the Silver Sable Black Cat movie,
Don't need it. That's
Morbius
fine.
the Living Vampire. Danielle, what are they doing?
They're just picking stuff. They're like, everything is movies now.
Yep.
What can be movies? Everything's movies.
The raccoon can be movie. Why can't Marvel Spawn be a movie?
We haven't
Right,
even
what's that
talked
movie?
about the Rob Liefeld, was it Extremeverse?
Oh yeah, we need to talk Extremeverse.
Has
at
there
some point.
been more developments in the Extremeverse? Because I remember it was announced right after Deadpool made it big, because everyone was like, "Ooh, it's the creator of Deadpool," and I'm like, "Hold on."
Reports are that it's completely off the chain and totally bananas.
Right now they're negotiating over pouch limit is the
pouch
big hold up right
and
now.
foot
Yeah.
size.
Yeah, pouch number and foot size. Will feet even appear in the frame?
Nope, they stop
No.
at the ankles.
Right at the ankles.
I will say this about whatever the topic was originally, Nightwatch, and Spike Lee. I loved Chirac, and I think that was like one of the more vibrant, like insane comic book-y movies that I saw, even though it was like Shakespeare wasn't a comic book character. And so the idea of like a crazy Spike Lee comic book movie intrigues me.
Yeah.
I'm with Spencer.
No, I'm into
Yeah.
it. The showrunner of Luke Cage is apparently writing it. Are they trying to build to like a Maximum Carnage type thing? Is their Avengers movie?
Yeah. That all signs are pointing to yes, I guess.
That's kind of how it, because Carnage is supposedly in this Venom thing.
Let's see one non-Spider-Man Sony Spider-Verse movie.
Like
before
actually
we-
work?
Yeah.
Before they Dark Universe it?
Yes.
There are
Sure.
2 Spider-Verses in. And three Spider-Verses you're out. So they cannot mess up a third Spider-Verse. They've had 2 shots on goal. Really no goalie. And they just doinked it off the goalpost both times. So
Just a kid playing the worst game of horse
just
by himself.
the worst game
Yeah.
ever. Like me playing horse in junior high.
Yeah.
No one on the just me.
Just you.
Still takes 3 hours.
Just you and your sads.
Yeah, so they really, I want them to take it a little bit step by step. Sony tends to get a little ahead of themselves when it comes to the Spider-Man, plural. But I'm with Spencer. Spike Lee comic book movie. I don't care who the superhero is. Spike Lee comic book movie. Those are the ones that interest me. I want to see you get great filmmakers that would make really interesting films first and comic book movies second. Like those, at this point, that's what interests me.
Which is almost why I like the fact that it's Marvel Spawn, because who cares? Like, it, you know? Like,
no one has enough like
No one's gonna have a
childhood
checklist.
memories where they're like, well, he didn't include that he used to have dreadlocks or whatever it was. Like, no one's gonna be policing how well he does.
Yeah.
Do you think that Spike Lee is doing this because he can set it in New York and it's the only way he can make the Knicks win?
How does that relate to that?
extrapolate.
Yeah.
Just
Start
to-
tying red threads.
So it's just, you do these movies about this Spawn,
Yep,
Marvel Spawn.
Marvel Spawn.
And in that, Marvel Spawn could be at a Knicks game while you have Spike Lee also at that Knicks game, and he can get to live out his life of the Knicks winning something real big.
Oh, in the movie,
Yeah.
it's like
Got it.
Nightwatch
Okay.
like dives in to block
Yeah.
LeBron or
the
something
action
like that.
climax will be at Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
I just
in
look at
Madison
we're all-
Square Garden.
Somehow
the
made it
Knicks have
to.
made it.
If we're all nerds living out fantasies, why
Yeah.
doesn't Spike get to have his?
Yeah. Maybe Nightwatch uses his like magic cape that is definitely also a Spawn thing to block a shot and the Knicks win. Yeah.
But you need to go deeper than that. You need to be like the general manager of the Knicks and like erase, 5 to 10 years of terrible managerial decisions.
Well, it is a
It's a
time
time
traveling
movie.
movie. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
time movie. Maybe that's the whole point is a Knicks victory. Or is he a player?
What if this is Spike Lee's Angels in the Outfield? It's the Knicks instead of the Angels, and it's Nightwatch instead of also Angels.
I love it. Okay.
Night watch at the free throws.
Yes, exactly.
Guys, this is
And
why I
it's
love
just him and Latrell Sprewell both choking each other at the same time.
where both of them
slowly
have
pass out.
tendrils for some reason. This is why I love SJU. You guys just made me excited about the Marvel Spawn movie.
There you go.
Instead of the long sigh I gave when I saw it online this morning, when I was like, oh, this is definitely what we're going to talk about today. Guys, let's talk about this real quick. There's going to be an Infinity War trailer tomorrow, and we need to predict right now. We need to call our shot. What's going to be in this movie, Dan? What's going to be in this trailer?
This is my brief rundown of what I predict the Infinity War trailer is.
Okay.
It's just kind of off the top of my head, but
Just off the dome.
Ominous shot, Marvel logo, shot of Thanos, shot of Captain America looking sad, shot of Black Panther, obviously. That should probably earlier, but I'm going to say 5th. Thanos quote over Wakanda, 2 heroes fighting, 4 heroes fighting, 7 heroes fighting, shot of Thanos, rocket quip, Ant-Man quip, sad looking hero, is someone gonna die, Infinity Gauntlet, 14 heroes fighting, title card, Star-Lord quip.
All right.
That's my prediction for the
You
Infinity War
guys
trailer.
heard it here first, and we didn't
Dang.
even have to make that the thumbnail of the video. God, that is So spot on.
So I think that there may be like one shot of M'Baku. Just
Yeah.
like one
Oh,
to,
real quick.
to remind you
Just
that he's
You're
in
right.
it.
Yeah.
Just
and,
real quick.
And
Shuri,
Denai
maybe,
Guerrera definitely is going to be in there somewhere too.
Yeah, there'll just be like a couple of shots of like, hey, here's this thing you like. Okay, bye.
Actually,
That was literally put in yesterday.
Exactly. Like Feige was like, get that shot of Wasp out of there.
Yeah.
Put in
More Black Panther supporting cast.
now. Every person.
What is this, Sony?
Get me B-roll of Shuri.
Where's the back of Angela Bassett's hat?
Yes, exactly.
It's just, the trailer's just nothing but unfinished effect shots from the
Previs.
behind the
Exactly.
scenes of Black Panther.
One of them is just like Michael B. Jordan doing push-ups for no good reason.
Yeah.
We know what sells. It's fine.
Just in his trailer.
No, it's a shot of him from Creed running down the street. Like, why is this in this trailer? Okay.
Whatever.
And
Infinity
what's with all
War.
those motorcycle guys?
All right.
Guys, I know we talk a lot of shit.
Wait, I want to
About-
say what I thought the trailer was.
Spencer.
Don't we all get to
What are your
predict it?
predictions?
Yeah,
Yeah.
do
So
it.
remember the Ant-Man trailer with Paul Rudd and Michael Douglas just clapping and going, ants, ants, Ant-Man?
Yeah.
It's going to be that, but it's going to grow exponentially. It'll just be them at the beginning going, Infinity, and then like 4 heroes. Infinity War, Infinity War, Infinity War, and then it'll be all of them, hard pan out to a Watcher, the back of a Watcher, but it turns around and it's Gene Shalit, and he goes, yeah, this looks like an Infinity War. The Infinity War.
Danielle. Top
No thanks.
My only other prediction is that the trailer is just going to be a trailer reacts video by the cast of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. looking really bummed that they're still not included.
Oh.
Just like,
Oh.
this looks really good.
Their IG captions get sadder and sadder every time they do something, and they're like, "I'm really proud of the work we're doing on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D." It's like, oh, honey. Oh. You're not gonna justify yourself for me, Agent Coulson. You still working. It's okay.
Yeah, poor guy.
I'm 11 episodes behind. I've never started the current season.
Yeah.
I stopped a while ago.
Yeah. I can't quit things.
Yeah, I know, buddy. I know. Speaking of not quitting things, Shia LaBeouf still hasn't quit talking shit about Transformers.
Oh dear.
Oh, look at him. Oh, boy. Shia LaBeouf is once again trashing the Transformers franchise in an interview with Esquire, the premier magazine for shit-talking Transformers. My hang-up with those films was that they all felt irrelevant, he says.
Well, now you figure that out.
They felt dated AF. You come up with on these stories about Easy Rider and Raging Bull and De Niro and Scorsese and Hopper, and you find value in what they do. Meanwhile, you're chasing energon crystals. It's very hard to keep doing what you're doing when you feel like it's the antithesis of your purpose on this planet.
But you cashed the checks.
You kept doing
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Those scripts were not unrealized masterpieces, Shia.
Yeah. Although, he added, Michael Bay and Steven Spielberg did do a lot for me. I'm not going to poo-poo on those dudes anymore.
No
except for just then. Yeah, no takebacks.
Except for what I just said. I don't
They
know.
felt
I don't.
dated.
Yeah, I don't think those movies feel dated.
dated.
They
They
feel
just
like
feel terrible.
very of their time, which was like a terrible time in pop culture that continues today.
Yeah.
I feel like we get Transformers movies because we still deserve them, and we are broken people.
Yes.
Shia LaBeouf is a broken man.
mean,
These movies are the epitome, or as Shia would say, the epitome of blockbuster filmmaking.
With the bag on his head.
Yeah.
Is there a specific shot of Shia in these movies where you think he realized all of this? Where he's just thinking about Raging Bull? Is it one of his just... No.
I don't know. I think the post Shia thing, and like, look, he was young and he's rehabbing his image and his career, but like, I don't know, man. I still can't forgive him for the like serial plagiarizing he did and passed it off as an art project.
Yeah, I think this might be serial plagiarized, honestly. Like this essay about Easy Rider and Raging Bull, he might have taken this from Megan Fox.
He plagiarized that from every like undergrad film
Well,
student.
there is a story about that era, and it's called Easy Riders, Raging Bulls. So I think he took that from the book Easy Riders, Raging Bulls, and so he, yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, you did 1, fine. You did 2, you did 3.
A lot of people do these acting gigs that they really hate, though. Like Hugo Weaving is another one where he's like, if I play one more comic book character, I'll end my life. I don't think that's what he sounds like, but that's as good as I've got for you this morning.
Well, yeah, and then the Twilights, they've both had post-Twilight, like, indie darling careers.
Yeah.
So I guess, look, I think we'll all forgive Shia if he makes, like, great movies.
Yeah, if he makes
But
Personal Shopper
if he
or
keeps
something like
doing,
that.
like, I'm doing a meta thing where I steal things from graphic novelists and say they're mine. Like, haha.
But
He's never going to get any goodwill.
Everybody does stuff when they're. Almost every actor has done stuff early in their career. They're like, whatever. It's not the best thing in the world, but I was an up-and-coming actor. What are you going to do? And this idea of just like, I hate this kind of retroactive thing that some actors do where they're just like, well, I've moved beyond that, so now I'm going to shit on everyone that gave me a break and made my film career. It's like, you know what? Own it. Own it. You were in 3 huge billion-dollar grossing summer movies. You made a lot of money from that. You built your career on that. Like, own that.
Like, like stop being. We're all doing stuff for checks. So just like. I also hate that thing of like, well, if I want to be taken seriously, I have to completely just talk about the things that everybody else like hates. You're allowed to be like, hey, you know what, I did it and I got paid, and they're not Shakespeare, but I did it and they paid me and it's fine, and now I'm doing this. You don't have to go back and be like, it was the worst thing I ever did. It's like, oh yeah, tell your mortgage payment. Like,
yeah, you bought a house.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like anybody in their early 20s who's lamenting about how nothing is as important as Easy Rider is like the worst guy at a party. Like, I don't want to hang out with that guy. No, he doesn't seem fun. Just put the bag back on your head.
Let me show Shia LaBeouf a lesson in owning things that you didn't want to do. The Shia LaBeouf thing that we did, I sure as hell didn't want to do it, but it was going to get clicks, and so we did it. I hated it. I wish we hadn't done it, but you know what? It got our profile. It raised our profile a little bit, and over 1 million people watched it. So, we did it.
We feel a little empty about it.
Yeah, exactly. I hate it. I hate that we did it. I didn't think it was great.
It wasn't Easy Rider. We should have done Easy Rider.
Yeah.
It was a crime of opportunity, much like the Transformers movies. When you find out that Shia LaBeouf is doing an art installation a block from your office, you get Hal on a camera and then you figure it out later. So mistakes were
put
made.
a hidden camera on Hal Rudnick and you put him in a room with Shia LaBeouf with a bag over his head. That's what you do. Just like when you're Shia LaBeouf and Michael Bay and Steven Spielberg come to you and say, do you want to be the lead in our action franchise? You say yes, because that's what you do if you're Shia LaBeouf. Or you don't do it. And you're not Shia LaBeouf right now. You're Mr. Hole's Disturbia man. It's
me, Mr. Hole's Disturbia man. Here's my card.
He's fighting Nightwatch in the Spike Lee.
You don't see Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson shitting on Twilight in every interview that they do. I think
they do it,
have,
but a little more subtly.
Exactly, but I mean, they also have this thing of just like, what, I'm kind of embarrassed that I did it too, but whatever. It's, I made a lot of money, and I'm not doing that anymore.
So you've identified what our Transformers is. It's us going to see. What's our Easy Rider so far? Is it 2 people in Beauty and the Beast costumes starting an orgy at the end of that roast? Is that our Easy Rider?
I was gonna say getting Michael Douglas to read the lyrics to that Chinese food song, but that people actually that was popular too. So I don't know. What's the unsung?
Is it Morgan Freeman saying a ring-a-ding-ding to What the Fox Say?
Same video.
Oh, is that same video?
I still think it's Hal and his mom talking to Ice Cube and Kevin Hart.
Yes,
that's one of my favorite things that we did that no one ever watched.
Yeah.
I don't know
That
if
was
that
a
fits
genius
it either.
interview.
We're just saying things that we liked.
Yeah. That was our Easy Rider. Hey guys, speaking of things we're excited about, just getting out of it as any way I can. Key and Peele are doing a reunion. I'm really excited about this actually. They are teaming up as the voice acting leads in Wendell and Wild, which is going to be on Netflix. It's a stop motion animated feature to be directed by Henry Selick, who did Coraline and Nightmare Before Christmas. This is going to be awesome. It's about 2 demons that are trying to escape from hell.
Sweet.
I think this is going to be really cool.
Sounds great.
Sounds great. I'm in. I'm super in.
Yeah, anything for Henry Selick to get a little more spotlight, since everyone calls Nightmare Before Christmas Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas. It wasn't. It was this guy's. So yeah,
It's a collaboration, but he gets less than 50% of the credit.
I
Henry
mean, what was the collaboration though? Like more dead trees.
Well, I think he created the
He wrote the
characters, but he
poem,
didn't direct the movie.
Okay, I'll give it to him.
But Coraline's amazing. I mean, that's like the most horrifying children's movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Also gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, really screwed up and really beautiful. I think that this is really cool. I'm glad to see that those guys are continuing to work together. Did you guys see Keegan-Michael Key's little video when Jordan Peele won his Oscar?
It was the cutest.
very
You know how I feel
Yeah.
about friendship. It was like the
Yes.
best, most beautiful, most pure showing of friendship. I loved it. He like jumps up and it's beautiful. It's great.
It was real nice. It was real nice. Dan, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about stop motion? How do you feel about creepy kids movies?
I mean, stop motion is a lost art. Unfortunately, the box office, the general audience, almost never rewards stop motion movies for their hard work, like Kubo and the Two Strings,
Yeah.
which is so great. Not a big hit.
Yeah.
Anything that
Box Trolls.
Box Trolls, anything that studio's done. Not much. Even Nightmare Before Christmas when it came out, not a huge hit. Gained a lot of cult appeal as it was out on video, but it's I can't think of another genre of animation that is more of a time commitment and less of something the audience is generally interested in than stop motion. But it's an art. I mean, there's an art to it. It's beautiful. It's just, for whatever reason, it's a tough sell. So if Netflix is where they can do it,
Yeah, and as much as we've been poo-pooing on Netflix features, props to them for keeping this one going. Good work, Netflix. Hey, Dan, you'll be excited about this. There's a company called Duolingo. It's one of the leading language learning websites. They've officially added Klingon to their roster, Dan. You like Star Trek, nerd.
It's very impressive.
yes.
The highly anticipated language course launched on Duolingo's website today under a license agreement with CBS. It was announced 3 years ago. It had a wait list of over 170,000 people to sign up for it, which is crazy. Dan can probably explain this better than I can read the facts off a piece of paper. Klingon language was first created by Mark Okrand for the '79 Star Trek movie. It has since grown into one of the most commonly spoken constructed languages.
Conlang.
Rivaling. Do it.
Conlang. Represent.
Yeah.
That's what it's shortened to.
Oh, Conlang. It rivals Elvish, suck it elves, and High Valyrian, suck it Jon Snow. Which also has its own Duolingo course. It's been translated into Shakespeare and the Bible. There's a Klingon Christmas Carol.
Klingons are not Christians. I just want to point that out. They have their own thing going on.
Yeah.
They have the Kalas, and there's not. I guess they have their own version of it. If it was a Kalas Carol, then yes, that would make more sense. But
They just haven't heard the good word yet.
We gotta spread it to them. What's Kalas?
Kalas is a warrior whom many Klingons believe will return from the dead to lead the Klingon race species into this kind of era of galactic domination. It's very similar to Jesus now that I'm
Actually, you know what?
spelling it out.
Like
but yes.
the prince that was promised, or like any.
Yes,
other,
exactly.
Yeah,
Yes,
figure.
Exactly. Yeah, the Prince's Promise. So, yeah, he's basically this warrior that's going to come and lead the people to great victory.
Okay, so is it going to teach Worf to stop just taking ass kickings?
Well, interestingly, Worf had a crossover with what was believed to be the resurrected Kalas, but turned out to not to be.
Was it Q up to his old tricks?
No,
Oh,
it was not
Q.
Q. It was not Q up to his old tricks. No.
right.
Worf. Worf and Kalas have had their dealings.
If we
feel good,
Everyone
to
is tuned out.
K-less.
We're in negative. We're in negative viewership.
No, I don't. No, they're still with us. If we convince the company to pay for this for you, would you take it?
No, I love Star Trek. This is a complete waste of time.
Yeah, I haven't finished my Spanish Duolingo course,
Right.
and
Learn
that's something
Mandarin.
that I can use like in
Right
the
now.
city that I live in.
Learn Mandarin or Spanish or Swedish.
Commenters will tell you I can't say a sentence in English without saying 16 times. So I definitely shouldn't be wasting my time doing something like this. I need to learn English.
Can you put in Klingon?
It's good. Your dialect needs a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still got a little
more southern
a
Klingon.
little southern in there.
Got the glottal part right.
Y'all. Hey guys, Danny Boyle says he's in to direct Bond 25.
like this is the 7th time we've announced this.
Yeah, I think it might be. Danny Boyle to direct Bond 25, which is also the Joker origin story. Huzzah!
Starring Leonardo DiCaprio.
Maybe. Filmmaker made the admission to Metro New York on Wednesday night at a special screening in New York of his new FX series Trust, which you are excited about, I know.
I'm going to watch, yeah. It's the same story as All the Money in the World, but with Brendan Fraser.
Looks good.
Very
So,
sold.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
not?
the only elevator pitch I think I need. He says they're working on a script right now, and it all depends on that, really. I'm working on a Richard Curtis script at the moment. We hope to start shooting that in 6 or 7 weeks. Then Bond would be right at the end of the year. But we're working on both of them right now. Yay or nay on Danny Boyle doing Bond?
I'm yay. I know a lot of people aren't as into this pairing, but it's a little different. I feel like he can toe the line between something new and something classic for the 25th anniversary Bond.
Well,
I
the 25th
desperately need
25th
something.
film, excuse me.
Yeah, I need something new for Bond, like desperately. So I am into anything that's like gonna be something different. We've had a lot of Bond. I feel like we know who that dude is. I feel like we know what that aesthetic is, and I do feel like there's a way where you can just take some kind of chance with it.
But you have no feeling that like Bond 25 needs to be like a salute to past Bonds, and then
Don't they do this every like 10 years though? Didn't we
yeah,
get
it's
Holly
its
Berry in a
anniversary.
famous bikini? Like didn't
Oh yeah,
we?
Die Another Day was
Yeah.
on some, I forget,
Is
maybe
one
that was
of them-
50. No, it wasn't 50. Maybe 30. I don't know. I'd
Yeah,
have to go back.
so it's, I mean, yeah, sure. I don't, but I also don't need to see a Ficka Bond remix that's just like all of the other Bonds put into.
With Fred Durst?
James Bond!
They've already combined Limp Bizkit and Mission Impossible.
Yeah, why not just do
It's
this
been
one?
done.
I
I still just don't know if Daniel Craig
James
is.
Bond!
yeah, My Chemical
mean-
Romance and James Bond.
All right, I like this.
The Bond Parade.
Dan, do you think, I don't know, do they just continue to sort of go down the...
an agent for Majesty's Secret Service.
Good.
The Gadgets queue is made! Oh, God. Do they need to keep sort of stripping down Bond and going the Bourne Identity route, or does he need to be weird?
They just did that.
Well, yeah,
They did that with Daniel Craig, and then
Do you
they
double
tend-
down on it, though, or do you-
How do you? I mean, if you double down on what the brutality already, he's going to be like,
just one
ripping
shot of him
people's
punching
throats
Yeah.
out, and
Yeah, I don't think you double down, but you got to pick a lane because Spectre was like
Ugh.
1 foot in the gritty Bond that they created, and 1 foot in like we're going back to Roger Moore era, but it was whiplash going back and forth between the two. So like make a silly, fun, not silly, but make like a an arch Bond or a low key Bond, but not both.
Yeah, you can't do both, either jetpacks or no jetpacks.
Yeah.
There's this fine line that you have to straddle with Bond between campy and fun, and the fun of it has largely been. I mean, Daniel
I
Craig has
miss
had
fun. I
Daniel
need
Craig has had
fun.
no fun.
No.
Zero fun in any of these Bond movies. And
That's why he was like, I want to make out with a dude. Just let me do something.
Right, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Roger Moore was too, especially toward the end of it, too fun. I mean, the Moonraker, and it was
love
too much.
Moonraker.
Moonraker's
And
Moonraker is so good.
and Pierce Brosnan had both. Like the beginning of Pierce Brosnan, he got the line just about right. He was kind of cheeky, and there was some stuff that was out there, and there was some stuff that was a little darker. But then when you got to Invisible Cars, and that was too much. And then Connery even started out, and they always kind of like go on this thing. They get it right, and then they lose the track along the way. So I don't know at this point. They've reinvented Bond so many different ways. He's older, he's younger, he's meaner, he's funnier, he's debonair. I don't know how many more different ways there are to go with Bond. I mean, Mission Impossible's out there doing it better. I don't know. I'm a
Cast
huge
John
James
Hamm.
Bond.
Get Joel Schumacher on it.
Oh God!
Nipples on the Bond suit.
Oh no!
Oh,
Give me
boy.
the give me the things that I want.
Danielle, your world's so sweet. So before we leave the story right now, I want us to one word at a time predict what the title is going to be. So we're going to start with the. Spencer, what's the first word of the new Bond?
Oh, the kink.
Okay, Danielle, the kink. Well, yep,
Conspiracy.
the kink conspiracy. And if you need to throw in like a a linking verb or something like that, you can, Dan. But the kink conspiracy.
Who? Jogged.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
The kink conspiracy who jogged.
that bit
That
paid
didn't
off.
go well.
Yeah. No, it really didn't. Oh, Jesus. I'm never going to guest host the show again. You're welcome, Internet. Sometimes you take a swing and it doesn't work. Hey, guys, you know what did work? Dan's dope Tomb Raider review. Make sure you watch it. You talked it with JTE.
JT and I had a movie thought together and came up
Nice.
with our opinions on Tomb Raider.
Nice.
It was great. There was a comment that said something like, I was like, I feel like Dan's too jaded, and I feel like JTE really just thinks about what he's gonna say. And I commented, I said like, well, he's known for his movie things.
He is very known for his movie things.
Yeah.
Did you guys come up with a movie thing thumbnail?
I think I don't want to speak for JTE, but I would say that our movie think for Tomb Raider might be like.
Okay. Do we have to pay him every time we say movie think? Like, does JTE
Guys,
get a quarter?
subscribe to Movie Thinks. It's JT's movie podcast. If you didn't know
Yeah,
about it,
it's where he thinks about movies, and you guys should watch it. But people aren't just thinking about movies today. They're fighting about them. Long time, maybe real life rivalry. We're not sure. Lon Harris versus William Bibiani. They're gonna punch each other in the face today over movies. I think it's Thursday, right?
Yeah.
I don't know where I am
Thursday.
anymore. And the two Dans will be there. Me and Spencer might be there. Hal will be there, and so will you.
Special movie fights announcement.
Yes, I believe
Oh,
we
yeah.
are going to have an announcement today
Yeah,
that
tune in.
you would probably be interested in.
So do the thing.
Tune
Watch
in
the
to the
stuff.
show.
Watch the
Yeah.
stuff.
It's that I'm pregnant. Bye, guys.